Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at the volume of a cylinder, and this follows on from the volume of a prism. In fact, it's very similar. For the volume of a prism, we had a cross-sectional area which we multiplied by a length, and that gave us a volume. And for a cylinder it's exactly the same. We've got a cross-sectional area and we times it by the length. So what is the area of a circle? Because for a cylinder, that's what it is it's a circle, and then we've got this length here. So the area of a circle is pi times r squared, and the length, sometimes we just call it L. So you might see this written pi r squared L. That's just the volume of the cylinder, the area of the circle multiplied by the length. So let's have a look at some examples. So here's one example. It says, what's the volume? So for this shape here, we've got the circle on top. That's got an area of pi times r squared, and we're going to multiply that by the length, and the length there is 10. So let's put those numbers in. So we've got pi times 3 squared times by 10. And so on my calculator, if you've got one like mine, you can find the pi button by pressing shift and then this button down here. So I'm going to do that, shift, button down there. So I've got my pi, I'm going to times it by 3 squared, and then I'm going to times it by 10, and I get an answer of 90 pi. So if I wanted an exact answer, I'd give it as 90 pi, but I'm going to round this one, so I'm going to press the button SD there to make it a decimal. So that gives me 282.7 centimeters cubed. Okay, because we're a volume here. So there I've rounded it to one decimal place. Right, that one's quite straightforward. Let's have a look at an example that's not straightforward. So here, let's say we've got a concrete pipe and it comes in parts. What volume of concrete is needed for one section of pipe? So I've got one section of pipe here. It's a bit like a straw. Okay, so all there is this kind of like the outside bit here, and there's nothing in the middle. That middle there is like hollow. Okay. So it's like composite shapes. This. If I want to know what the volume of this kind of outer bit is, I can do the big volume, and then I could take away the volume that's missing, and then I'll be left with that thing. So that's what we're going to do here. So the radius for the big circle is 0.8 meters. So we're going to have the cross-sectional area, so that'll be pi times 0.8 squared multiplied by the length of the shape, which is 2, and then we're going to take away the volume of the smaller one. So the volume of the smaller one is pi times the radius squared. Now the radius for the smaller one is 0.5, so 0.5 squared. So that area then multiplied by the same length, 2 meters, and that'll give me my answer. So on my calculator, I'm going to use the pi button, so I'm going to press shift and this button here to get pi. So that times 0.8 squared times 2, take away pi times 0.5 squared times 2. Okay, that gives me an answer of 2.45 meters cubed. So that's how much concrete I would need to make that that shape. Okay, so that's a quick look at cylinders' volumes.
Joash Maths.